How we serve others and our world is how we pay our rent for being here. So get ready to learn how you can make a difference by simply choosing to live and lead with a socially conscious mindset. In this episode of Passion for Impact, I'll be sharing with you my top 3 tips for being an impact maker and enjoying ourselves at the exact same time. We put way too much pressure on ourselves, right? So get ready to let go, live more, and step up from needing to know to choosing to grow. Let's do it.
This is the Passion for Impact podcast with speaker, trainer, and socially conscious advocate Trisha Miltimore.
Thank you for joining in for the Passion for Impact podcast, where we have one clear goal: to educate, empower, and elevate social consciousness in people and business. If you are new, let me share that we create a fresh episode every month featuring businesses and people who are creating real impact using their talents, their skills, and passion in business and life. I often feature companies that make or support people who make amazing products while creating positive social impact. So be sure to subscribe to receive links to their websites, plus any other special offers that might be available. To subscribe, visit www.passionaigniter.ca/podcast. And a heads up, I have a special gift for you at the end of this episode that you do not want to miss out on. I made it myself. Well, I had some help, a bit of team, some videographers and editors, but I made it myself for the most part when I was 6 months pregnant. It's one of my most proud programs, and I'm giving it to you for free. So details coming up at the end of this episode. Thank you for being here listening to this. Let's get to today's episode. If you listen to this podcast, I'm going to guess here that you are most likely a driven, passionate person. Sometimes the passion, the drive, the overwhelming sense of purpose, the hope, the need to make impact, to be impact, well, it can get frustrating and even lonely when you're working so hard to make a difference. I know you are. But the universe sometimes brings you all kinds of resistance to hold you back, to slow you down, or even stop you altogether. Can you relate to that? So in today's episode, it's just me. It's just Trisha, no guests. I have some big questions to ask you and a short journey of reflection and reduction to go through so you can live your passion for impact in a way that is lighter and perhaps even more joyful. Side note number 1, we need to have more fun. Life doesn't have to be so hard. How are you making it harder than it needs to be? And side note number 2, trust the process. You will hear me say those 3 words in almost every workshop, keynote, training day that I deliver. Trust the process, which really means trust your process, your growth, and your own journey. But for so many of us, that trust, that letting go of control of the outcome, that can be hard to do. And guess what? Any illusion of control of any outcome is actually disempowering. We can take action to create results, to make impact, but our actions are the only things we have true influence and agency over. So let's let that go first. The control. Yes, control less so that you can grow more in business and life. Maybe you're listening and thinking and going, I don't know, so much easier said than done. And I agree. Everything is easier said than done. Yes. Life is many things, but easy is not one of its shining qualities, nor should it be, right? So let me help you out very quickly. How to let go to live more. To let go and live more, remember these 3 life rules. Number 1, you are not perfect. I know, crazy thought. You're not perfect. Number 2, those around you are not perfect either. And number 3, life is not perfect. There you go. You are not perfect, so embrace, enjoy, and expect your ups and downs, your sidesteps and squabbles. Those around you are not perfect. This is the hardest part. So we have to embrace and enjoy and expect that their behavior will be as flawed as ours sometimes. Life is not perfect. You can choose to be empowered or eaten by disappointments, deflections, and detours. That is our own personal choice. Let go of outcome control and perfection, and you open up the fabulousness of adventure and opportunity. Let go to live more. especially when you're on a journey of making impact. Here's some challenge for you, a challenge time. Sign up for something or anything new that is of interest to you and expands your sense of self. I love little challenges, and I'm trying to make this one bite-sized and easy, although you may make it harder than it needs to be. A cooking class? How about a new exercise class so you can learn German or attend a new networking event? Anything that involves novelty. Do something that is out of the norm and that will ignite your sense of adventure, expansion, and fun. That fun thing coming back. It has to be fun, or at least you have to have the hope that it will be fun. You have to anticipate that it's going to be an okay time. But do something that expands you. Now, I know it's easy to listen to a podcast, and I'm grateful you're here. I don't know if you're exercising or you're in your car or just chilling out, but hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It's easy to listen. I know it's harder to follow through with some of the action steps that are asked of you. So make this one easy. Don't overthink it. Do you sometimes overthink? I'm pretty sure your hand may be going up. And don't overplan. Just pick something and do it in the next 14 days. That's your challenge. And along with that, be ready to suck at something. Be prepared to not know what you're getting into and be open to the experience of how it will expand you. This challenge is to get you out of the habit of doing things because there is a goal. You're very goal oriented. You're a passion for impact kind of person. The only goal for this challenge is to experience something new and have some fun. And fun is where it's at. Okay, now that you are at least somewhat motivated to step away from control and into new simple forms of courage, you can now move on to some big questions. The following 2 questions are the common starters to a great majority of igniter sessions I have with new clients in my coaching practice. You might hear yourself in some of these. They are the first one: what do I want to do with my life? Or is this what and who I am supposed to be? Do you ever find yourself asking yourself questions like this or other common variations? They may include, there's this one: am I investing my energy and time in the right path? Passionate impact go-getters really grapple with this one. Another one: what if this doesn't work out and I wasted my time? Now, I believe, from my experience of working with a lot of different types of people, I believe these are dangerous questions. Why? Because from my experience, they often lead people down an obsessive and endless path of needing to know versus choosing to grow. It's important to choose to grow because when we choose to grow, we are living with curiosity, with courage, and trust. When we live with predominantly needing to know as our mindset, we are living with worry, fear, resistance, and regret. So where do you stand? Do you need to know, or are you choosing to grow? And it's not always one or the other. We often go ebb and flow between the two of them. So with awareness, we can create change. I think it's important just to be aware that there's 2 different mindsets that can pull us forward or hold us back. Can you see how needing to know has held you back, or kept you safe, or even stopped you altogether? Now, I am not saying to abandon all forms of strategic thinking, not at all. I am saying that sometimes in our desire to get it right, to be productive, and to make the most impact, we lose connection with our creative and innovative mindsets. We need space for creativity and innovation because they are the breeding ground of opportunity, possibility, and soul-centered growth. Needing to know is a form of control, and as I have already shared, we need to let that shit go. So may I suggest a different approach? Stop asking yourself what you want to do with your life. Stop spending so much time thinking about what you will do next and how you will do it. There is a time and place for strategy, but less time thinking and more time doing. Start doing things that will bring you clarity, a clarity that can only be created by taking action. This applies to you passion igniters and to impact makers alike. You can be harder on yourselves than anyone. And here's the thing, a little quick reminder: life is a journey, an ongoing exploration, an evolving, unpredictable, and often chaotic collision of experiences, expectations, wants, needs, and circumstances. You do not have to have it all figured out. I'll say that one again because I think of all the important lessons I've learned in business and personally, this is one of the most important ones. You don't have to have it all figured out. So stop asking what you want to be when you grow up or how you're going to do it, and start asking what excites you, what genuinely gets you going with sustainable energy. When you build your goals around what excites you, everything changes. Even as goal-oriented people, we can get stuck chasing after misaligned goals. You might even come to realize that what you have been thinking you want for so long is actually not what excites you anymore. My gosh. And so often it is our loyalty to our goals, to who we think we are, who we expect ourselves to be, that seriously gets in the way of us rocking our lives. Is it getting in the way of you rocking your life? Is it possible? Is it possible that what you've been saying you want for so long, or saying who you should be for so long, is not actually what you want or who you want to be? From helping many people get unstuck and gain clarity, I believe it is possible, and it's very common. So, how do you know if your goals have changed? How do you know if you have changed? Easy. I guarantee you that you have. As you evolve, what excites you and where you need to put your energy evolves too. Embrace the chaos of discovery. Embrace your confusion if you have some, and most of us do. Be gentle on yourself. If you are here listening to this, you are open to creating better for yourself. So give yourself some love. Stop shaming. Start accepting. Stop wanting. Start doing. Challenge number 2. While you are listening right now, think of one of your most fiery, soul deep goals for yourself. They can be personal or professional, whatever comes to mind, and it will come to your mind quickly. So think about that goal. Do you have it in your mind? Think about how you feel when you reflect on that goal and the anticipation of making it real. And most likely, you've had this goal or a variation of it for some time now. I want you to think about how you have changed since the goal was first created. What has changed in your life circumstances? Now, while still thinking about this goal and how your circumstances might have changed and how you feel about it today, answer these simple questions. Does your goal make you feel driven or drained? Exhausted or excited? Shameful or shining? Wanting or creating? Loathing or loving? Hard or hopeful? Confused or confident? Now, that is one way to gain clarity on your goal life alignment. If you need to adjust your goals to feel more driven, excited, loving, hopeful, and confident, make sure you do that. From awareness, we can create change. And as passion igniters, impact makers, and generally excited people for making a difference, it's important to put your energy and time into things that inspire your spirit while supporting and inspiring others at the same time. So a very quick review. Let go, live more, and have more fun. How are you going to do that? Move from needing to know to choosing to grow. Work on your goal life alignment by taking action and doing more things that truly boost your spirit. 2 challenges. Number 1, sign up for something new, something exciting, anything that is of interest to you and expands your sense of self. A cooking class, an exercise class, learning a new language, attending a new networking event. Do something that is out of the norm and that will ignite your sense of adventure, novelty, expansion, and fun. It has to be fun. That is number 1 priority. Challenge number 2, choose one of your most fiery, soul deep goals for your personal or professional life, whatever comes to mind. Think about how you feel when you reflect on the goal and the anticipation of making it real. You will most likely have had this goal for a long time or a variation of it. Now, I want you to think about how you've changed since the goal was first created. What has changed in your life circumstances? Think about who you were 5 years ago, certainly not the same person today, or even maybe a year, 6 months ago. After reflecting on how you have evolved, rewrite your goal so that your evolved sense of self is now fitting and in support of your vision. The smallest tweak can make a huge impact on how much you enjoy, truly enjoy, really enjoy the journey of your goal. Well, that's it. I hope today's episode has offered you some new ways of thinking and doing so that you can move forward, making impact and sharing your passion in ways that are truly life-changing for everyone involved, including you. If you need more clarity, support, and life tools for soul-centered success, I would like to gift you my confidence course on Udemy. Simply go to passionaigniter.ca/podcast. That's passionaigniter.ca/podcast. Find today's episode and use the link to register yourself for no charge. Completely complimentary. My gift to you as a thank you for being here and listening in and being a part of this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode of Passion for Impact, please share with your friends. Please rate and review this podcast. It would mean so much to me, as it means more awareness when you do. Thank you for listening. Remember, cast your vote, make your impact, one socially conscious choice at a time.
Thank you for listening to the Passion for Impact podcast. Visit passionaigniter.ca/podcast to subscribe for episode notes, links, and special offers from show guests. Cast your vote, make your impact, one socially conscious choice at a time.